Hello everybody, welcome back to SSBCrack exams. I am Anuradha and I am back with a session on the study plan for your AFCAT English section. So in my previous sessions, I have dealt with all the different kinds of study plans, right? So in this session, I'm going to deal with the 50 days study plan. In other words, if you have nearly 2 months of your time for the next AFCAT examination that you are aiming to take, then this study plan is for you. So in order to constructively use this study plan and study according to the plan here that I'm going to show you in this session, I would suggest you to subscribe to our AFCAT course, because as per the course structure, I'm going to tell you about the things that you need to study in this plan for your 50-day study plan for AFCAT English section, right? And you can do that very easily by logging on to our website ssbcrackexams.com or by simply downloading our mobile app from the Google Play Store. And while you will subscribe to the AFCAT course, you'll find that all the subjects have been dealt with along with their full content lectures, PDF study materials, quizzes, sample practice Q&A, previous year's Q&A, practice exercises, mock tests, and much more. So hurry up and download our mobile app and subscribe to the AFCAT course right now. So let's start now with, first of all, the marking system of the English section in AFCAT, because first you need to know that how much marks you need to score and for how many questions, then only you can start studying the most important ones, right? Now, here is the marking system in AFCAT English section. Each question is carrying 3 marks, and therefore, if you answer any question correctly, you will get 3 marks. But there is a provision for negative marking also. That means if you incorrectly answer any question, then you will lose 1 mark for every incorrect answer. Alright, and the total number of questions in English section in AFCAT exam is 25. At total marks is 75. Okay, so 25 questions carry a total of 75 marks, 3 marks for each correct question. Alright, now we will look into the components of the AFCAT English syllabus. So what are the topics that are there in the AFCAT English syllabus, right? So the topics are spotting of errors, antonyms, synonyms, vocabulary in the form of idioms and phrases, sentence completion in the form of fill in the blanks and cloze test, ordering of words and sentences, comprehension, one-word substitution, and spelling. Now, because we have only 50 days in our hand and we need to study as well as to revise everything in the AFCAT English part, therefore, we are not going to take all of these topics in a study plan. We are going to take only the very most important topics, right? So, how are we going to decide on what topics to focus more? Well, that will be decided by the previous year's Q&A analysis. So, I will deal with each and every topic and show you how many questions have come in the recent 5 years. Based on that, I will be telling you what are the topics that you need to choose on. And here you are. So, the most important topics that we are going to focus on in this 50-day study plan for your AFCAT English will be antonyms, synonyms, vocabulary, particularly idioms and phrases, sentence completion, both fill in the blanks and cloze test, ordering of words and sentences, comprehension, and spelling. So, the only topic that we are going to leave behind are the one-word substitution and spotting of errors. And I will tell you why. Okay, but I will take up each and every important topic that I have showed in this list here, and I'm going to show you how many questions in the last 5 years these topics have been asked from in AFCAT English. So we will take first of all antonyms and synonyms. We are going to take both these topics together because it is wise for you to start studying them and learn them together, because it will be easier for you to remember them. So first we will see antonyms, right? Previous year's Q&A analysis. As you can see in AFCAT 1 2020 exam, 4 questions came from antonyms and 3 from AFCAT 1 and 2 2019. 5 questions came from antonyms in AFCAT 1 2018 and 3 again from AFCAT 2 2018. 2 questions came in AFCAT 1 2017 and 6 in AFCAT 2 2017. 4 questions came in both AFCAT 1 and 2 2016. So a minimum of 2 to a maximum of 6 questions you can expect from the antonyms part. Coming on to the synonyms now. As you can see again, 2 questions came from synonyms in AFCAT 1 2020. 3 questions came consistently in both AFCAT 1 and 2 2019, AFCAT 2 2018, AFCAT 1 2017. 5 questions came in AFCAT 2 2017 and 4 questions in both AFCAT 1 and 2 2016. So again for synonyms, a minimum of 2 and a maximum of 5 questions you can expect in AFCAT English section. Okay. So now we will look into the day-wise study plan for each of the most important topics. Okay. So we will start with the day-wise study plan for antonyms, synonyms. Now again, we will take 4 hours per day for this study plan. Okay. So day 1 to day 8, we are going to cover the main content lectures and study materials for both antonyms and synonyms. Okay. There are a list of antonyms and synonym words I have provided with. So you need to go through all those lists and remember them, because there are some words which may come, which are most important and most probable to come in your upcoming AFCAT English exam. Day 9, you need to go through the sample practice Q&A lectures and study materials of both antonyms and synonyms, and previous year's Q&A lectures and study materials for antonyms. In day 10, you need to go through the previous year's Q&A lectures and study materials of synonyms and then solve the quizzes of both antonyms and synonyms. In day 12, you need to practice the questions given in both antonyms and synonyms practice exercise sets. In the same day, that is day 11, do a quick topic revision for both antonyms and synonyms topic. Coming to the next most important topic, which is vocabulary in the form of idioms and phrases. Here is this previous year's Q&A analysis. 3 questions came from this topic in AFCAT 1 2020, 4 in both AFCAT 1 and 2 2019, 6 in AFCAT 1 2018, 4 again in AFCAT 2 2018, 3 in AFCAT 1 2017, 5 in AFCAT 2 2017, 9 in AFCAT 1 2016 and 5 again in AFCAT 2 2016. So a minimum of 3 to 9 questions can be expected from idioms and phrases. Therefore, it is one of the most important topics to focus on in AFCAT English section. Right? So let's see how many hours we need to dedicate for this section. Again, 4 hours per day, and you need to start from day 12 to day 25. You need to complete all the content lectures of idioms and phrases and the study materials. I have provided lists of idioms and phrases under different categories for you to remember them well. So start studying from day 12 until day 25. Try to complete it by day 25, and from the next day, that is day 26, complete the sample practice Q&A lectures, previous year's Q&A lectures and their study materials for this topic. Go through the quizzes and practice exercises as well. In day 27, do a quick topic revision. Next most important topics are sentence completion, which comes in the form of fill in the blanks and cloze test. So we are going to take up each one of it. So first is fill in the blanks. Let's see how many questions came in the last 5 years. So in AFCAT 1 2020, 4 questions came from fill in the blanks, 5 in AFCAT 1 2019, 4 in AFCAT 2 2019 and again 5 in AFCAT 2 2018. In 2016 and 17, both in AFCAT 1 and 2, no questions came from fill in the blanks. Okay, now coming to the cloze test. Here it is, the analysis. The 3 questions came from cloze test in AFCAT 1 2020, also in AFCAT 1 2019. 5 questions came in both AFCAT 2 2019 and AFCAT 1 2018. 3 questions again came from cloze test in AFCAT 2 2018, while no questions came both in AFCAT 1 and 2 2017, and 5 questions came in both AFCAT 1 and 2 2016. So you can see that how the questions in cloze test are there's a high chance of getting more questions in cloze test than the fill in the blanks in your AFCAT English section, right? So even if you get questions from cloze test, it will be around 3 to 5 questions in number. Similarly for fill in the blanks as well. So for fill in the blanks and cloze test, you need to again dedicate 4 hours per day, and in day 27 you need to complete fill in the blanks main content lectures and study materials, as well as the sample practice Q&A lectures and study materials for fill in the blanks. In day 28, you need to go through the previous year's Q&A lectures and study materials of fill in the blanks and quizzes of fill in the blanks also. Then come to the main content lectures and study materials and sample practice Q&A lectures and study materials of cloze test. Next day, that is day 29, you have to complete the previous year's Q&A lectures and study materials for closed test, practice the quizzes for closed test, practice the practice exercises of both fill in the blanks and closed test. Next day, that is day 30, do a quick topic revision for the same. Now coming to the next most important topic, which is comprehension. As you can see, 5 questions came from this section in AFCAT 1 2020, 3 in AFCAT 1 2019, only 2 in AFCAT 2 2019, 4 in AFCAT 1 2018, again 3 in AFCAT 2 2018 and AFCAT 1 2017, 4 again in AFCAT 2 2017 and again 3 in both AFCAT 1 and 2 2016. So you can expect 2 to 5 questions from comprehension in your AFCAT English section, and here you are. For study plan, you need to dedicate 4 hours per day and start with day 31 for comprehension, main content lectures and study materials, and sample practice Q&A lectures and study materials. In day 32, go through the previous year's Q&A lectures and its study materials along with practicing quizzes and practice exercises. Day 32 only at the very end, you can do a quick topic revision. Now coming to spelling, which is again one of the most important topics where we are going to focus in this 50-day study plan. There have been no questions from AFCAT 1 2020 or AFCAT 1 and 2 2019, but there were about 5 questions in AFCAT 1 2018, 4 in AFCAT 1 2017, 5 questions again in AFCAT 2 2017 and 4 questions again in AFCAT 1 and 2 2016. So if at all you get questions from spelling, it will be around 4 to 5 questions from spelling itself. So for spelling, you need to dedicate day 33 for the main content lectures and study materials, sample practice Q&A lectures and study materials, previous year's Q&A lectures and study materials, and then practice the quizzes and practice exercises. And at the very end, you should also on the same day do a quick topic revision for spelling. Now, I will now come into those topics which we are leaving behind for this study plan. So we will see why we have left behind those topics. Why are they not so important as the other ones? So here is it. See, in spotting of errors, in 2020 AFCAT 1, 4 questions came. 4 questions also came in AFCAT 1 and 2 2019 and also in AFCAT 2 2018, but no questions came in 2017 or 16. It has been observed that whenever questions from spelling have come, the questions from spotting errors have not come. Again, when questions from spotting errors have come, the questions from spelling have not come, because it will take time for you to cover such long subtopics and practice exercises and everything for spotting of errors. It is not a cakewalk for you to complete within a very short time. Therefore, I have chosen spelling over spotting of errors. But if you have time enough, you can go through this topic as well. You can complete the main content lectures and study materials, sample practice Q&A lectures and study materials, previous year's Q&A lectures and study materials, quizzes, practice exercises along with a revision of the topic. Coming on to next, which is ordering of words and sentences. As you can see, no questions came from ordering of words in AFCAT from 2016 to 2020. Similarly, in ordering of sentences also from 2016 to 2020, no questions came from ordering of sentences. Therefore, I have taken this topic not so seriously as the others. But again, if you have time enough, you can go through this topic along with the main content lecture, sample practice Q&A, previous year's Q&A lectures, study materials, quizzes, practice exercises and such. Coming on next to the one word substitution, you can see very clearly again from 2016 to 2020, no questions came from one word substitution in AFCAT. Therefore, again, if you have time enough, you can go through this topic as well through the main content lectures, sample practice, previous year's Q&A and their study materials, quizzes, practice exercises and the revision part as well. But if you don't have time, you can just concentrate on the most important topics that I have included in the main study plan. Now coming on to the revision plan, because revision is also very important along with studying. You need to start studying from day 34, contributing 4 hours per day, and as per the study plan that I have shown it to you, the main one along with the most important topics to focus on, please do a revision of all the topics from day 34 to the 35. Day 36 to 37 cover the quiz quizzes for all topics. Day 38 to 39 cover the practice exercises for all topics. Then day 40 to 42 you need to practice the AFCAT mock test, because it will help you to also understand in which part you are weak in, which part you are strong in, which part you need more revision and more studying. So based on that, you can start your further revision and practice from day 43 onwards. So I hope that this study plan has been quite helpful to you. As I repeated in the very first of the session, that in order to take this study plan seriously and to follow it in a much more better way, you need to subscribe to our AFCAT course, because this study plan is as per our AFCAT course structure. Therefore, please subscribe to our AFCAT course by logging onto our website or by just downloading our mobile app from the Google Play Store. We also have some of the tips to share with you that will be really helpful to you. So here are the tips. Please keep a printout of the study plan and try to follow the schedule as strictly as possible. Remember that regular revision and practice of English grammar and vocabulary is particularly important. So don't miss out the revision part. While revision, you can take the help of the PDF study materials provided or any notes that you have made during the course of your study, because that will help you to do a work in a much shorter period of time and in a faster pace. Also, start practicing lots and lots of questions and taking mock tests, because these are very important parts of preparation. For mock test, you can just check out our AFCAT mock test series, which have been exclusively designed keeping in mind all the recent trends and question patterns of AFCAT examination. Now, one reminder that I need to give to all of you is that for this 50-day study plan, the top 5 topics have been emphasized on, since the largest number of questions in AFCAT English comes from these topics. But if you have time to learn and revise, you can also check out the other topics at the end. However, I must advise you that whoever want to score the highest in AFCAT English should start studying with a fair amount of time in your hand to avoid any kind of last minute confusion and hassle, right? So please start studying keeping a very fair amount of time in your hand, because studying and revision need to be done much more effectively, and any kind of hurrying or any kind of rushing through those lessons can really bring your performance down. So I would say that if you are aiming to take your AFCAT examination, please keep at least 6 to 12 months of time in your hand before you start preparing for your next examination. That will be really helpful. But again, if you follow this study plan, it is not impossible to follow, but it is quite difficult for anyone who wants to start anew and wants to perform and give their very best in the AFCAT examination. So all the best for your AFCAT exam. I will see you in my next session with some more important study plans for your defense competitive exams. Till then, start studying, work hard and be confident. Jai Hind.